Hey guys, today I went to VCF East, which stands for Vintage Computer Festival, with my brother Nate and my friend Alton. So we got a bunch of things, including all of this software. These are all boxes of software, and so you guys can guess how much we paid for all this stuff in the description, in the comments, and you'll learn in the next video. Okay, but more interestingly, we got a lot of computers. Okay, yes. So 2 Commodore 64s, and we paid $35. Paid $15 for this one, $25 for the other one. So this one 20. Here is as you can see, is someone painted it in this camo color. But some of it's like falling apart, and it's all cracked up as you can see. The case is coming apart. The other one's even in worse condition. We actually disassembled it.
In fact, the case is the bottom.
The top of the case is in great condition. Bottom's in beyond bad condition.
And there's the heat shield. It looks like it needs some air.
Here is the board itself. So let's go see if either of these Commodore 64s are working.
Let's try this one out first.
Okay. So here we are with our Commodore 64 setup. That there's our normal Commodore. So let's. Okay, Commodore number 1. And
not working.
Nothing. And Commodore number 2. Holy cow!
It works.
As you can see, Commodore number 2 has turned on. I'm sorry my camera's not displaying the screen correctly, but it is working.
Oh my
god.
God.
So now we're gonna do a few other tests with Commodore number 2. So here we are. We now have a disk drive hooked up. Not really a disk drive because I don't own a functioning one. Just hooked up to the IC. So let's go load. Oh, what the heck? Sorry, it's got some technical difficulties. This keyboard's a little screwed up. Yeah, it looks like we got some problems with our keyboard. Load FB, comma 8. Yeah, I think I'm going to switch this keyboard out. Okay, it says it's loading. And there we go. It loaded up just fine. Let's move it around for a sec. So I'm going to go try loading up some stuff. Let me just go test if the SID chips were still working. Which would be great. BK music. Volume is way too loud.
But yeah, it works.
Functioning volume. Okay, so now we're gonna go try out a cartridge game. This is the only cartridge game I have, so here we go. First thing we're gonna open the box. So upside down. There it is. There we go. Cartridge is inserted. So let's try booting it up. Hey! And it is working. Hope you can see that cursor thingy flying around the screen. So, good to go. Okay, so here is the Commodore 64. And right now we are about to put a bunch of heat sinks on it, as you can see. On some of these chips. Okay, so here we are. With the Commodore 64, and now we're going to put the heat sinks on. So these heat sinks aren't required. The only chip that really came with a heat sink from the factory was the VIC-2 chip. As you can see, this is the shield on it, on your average one. That would protect it, and there's a little heat sink on it. But as you can see, in this one, the shield's missing, so there's no heat sink anymore. So we're just going to go put all of these heat sinks on these chips, and I'm putting them on all of the really important chips, as you can see. Two more to put on the CPU. There we go. This is our completely heat-synced Commodore 64. That would put a heatsink on most of the current chips. So that's so now I'm just going to show you a quick tour of the inside of the Commodore 64. And originally there'd be 0 of these heat sinks that you see on it. And it just tells you these heat sinks are actually designed for Raspberry Pi chips, which is the reason they're so small. And also I'll explain like what a heat sink does. They basically draw heat away from the chips, which then goes into adhesive tape, which then brings into the heatsink and it comes out. And it basically usually makes the chips last longer. So let's just do a quick tour. So this here is the that one's the 6510 CPU. That's the CPU or Central Processing Unit. This is the PLA chip. It does many things. This is the SID chip, also known as the sound chip, which gave the Commodore its amazing 3-voice sound. Then these are the 3 ROMs. These are input and output chips. There's the keyboard port. Then user port, cassette port, disk drive, video, RF, cartridge, power, and joystick ports. Then over here, we got, this is mostly RAM and just standard TTL logic chips. Then fuses over here, and capacitors are here. And so that's basically all that is in the computer. And as you can see, though, as I mentioned before, normally there is these RF shields. And one other thing I'll mention, the computer usually would include an RF shield like this one. This is actually the one from this computer, and it would go under and over it. The reason for this was to prevent RF emissions, which would like screw around with your phone and TV and stuff. And as you can see, would go over it like that. Which is also the reason there's all these boxes, all these metal cases around stuff. So that's basically it about that. So now, because we are missing the bottom case for it, this is another common how this one does not work, and we're just going to go take the case off of this one. I'm just going to go put it in this little screws in the ball. Okay. So next thing I want to go through is all of these other screws. Okay, so now I put these screws in this one. Is this even screwed in quite? I'll see in a minute. These 3 front screws also hold in the RF shield. Let's turn it off. Oh yeah, I remember now. Because that's gonna fall right off of this. Okay. So this Commodore here does not work, just in case you would like to know. So, I'm just gonna go put that right there, and I'll be back. Okay, so we got that all emptied out. Here's the board. Now we're gonna go gently insert that into here. This is a little bit off. What did I do wrong? Okay, maybe just one screw and a hole won't go again. I think that has to do with this RF shield or whatever was being bent over there. Not that bad. Okay, got one screw in. Oh, here we go. Okay. Go insert the keyboard. And oh yeah, if you would like to know what these two cables are, this one's for the keyboard, and this one is for the power indicator LED. Just get this in. For some reason, nope, got all of them. go. So now last thing we gotta do is hook it up and try it out. Okay, here we are with the completed Commodore 64. So let's power it on. And as we can see, it still works. And keyboard works, as you can see, well enough. And now we're going to try loading something from a disk drive. Unfortunately, I don't have a function this time. I have two of them. Neither of them work, of course, because they suck. But I also have these SD.C readers that are about 1,000 times better. So let's try one of these. This keyboard's got some problems. Okay. There we go. As you can see, it just listed the directory. Sorry that cameras do terrible jobs recording CRTs, but it's good enough for that. Okay, now we're going to try out a game cartridge. Okay, so if you don't know game cartridges, insert into the back of the computer. And one thing I like about game cartridges instead of floppy games is watch how fast they start. It started already. There you go. No loading times. You don't even have to know how to do basic commands. Unfortunately, this one is not very exciting. I don't even know what the point of it is. But it's good enough. And remember, guess how much, and remember how I said earlier in the video, you guys have to guess how much all of the software cost, including that one, there, that's dropped on the floor, including all this software and that one. How much do you think all this stuff was worth? Guess in the comments below, and remember, and in the next video, I'll tell you guys